Warning, this video contains explicit content only suitable for those who want to see it. If you don't want to learn about human nature, do not watch this video. This clip is a very intriguing and riveting situation. Theo Vons is a legendary comedian and podcast host, known for his unique charisma and unparalleled talent with wordplay. Bobby Lee is a very well-known comedian who gets his power through knowing his strengths and his weaknesses. Bobby thrives on being more vulnerable and open than any other comedian. This matchup is so fascinating to me because Theo Vons and Bobby Lee are some of the most sensitive yet resourceful comedians out there. This clip that I'm going to be breaking down is Theo Vons' podcast This Past Weekend, episode 174, which was Valentine's Day, with guest Bobby Lee and his girlfriend Khalyla. Some important background information that you should know about this trio is that Theo has openly expressed his attraction towards Bobby's girlfriend in the past, and Bobby knows this. Bobby also knows that he is not necessarily blessed in the looks field. This will make sense in the first clip.
Yeah. So love is in the air. You guys have been lovers for how long?
This is our 6
years of loving. Wow.
When Theo begins asking questions about their sex life, notice how Bobby looks Theo up and down really quickly. He is effectively sizing him up. Because Bobby doesn't move anything but his eyes, you can tell that he isn't fully uncomfortable yet, but he is trying to size Theo up and is wondering if he is really going to go there.
You guys have been lovers for how long?
This is our 6
years of loving. Wow.
year together.
Yeah. And when was the first time that you guys, if it's okay to talk about it, when was the first time that you guys had sexual intercourse?
Theo noticed Bobby questioning him with his eyes and realized that he might have overstepped his boundaries too quickly. Notice how Theo opens up his arms and says, if it's okay to talk about it. When he says this, he's effectively saying, I should have probably taken that a little slower. My apologies.
Year together.
And when was the first time that you guys, if it's okay to talk about it, when was the first time that you guys had sexual intercourse?
Probably 2 months. No, that's not true. A month into our relationship.
It took a month.
But he had to drive. I mean,
to
he
Long
had to
Beach,
put in
bro.
the work.
Every day.
Did you really?
Yeah. I went. She didn't even come into my place for a month.
Did he Uber or did he drive?
I drove to fucking Long Beach every day.
I'm asking the woman. He drove down there?
This part I find very funny, but also very interesting tactic. Theo clearly asserts himself over Bobby without even making it a joke. You can tell this by how Theo goes directly back to the conversation and not even cracking a smile or looking back at Bobby to show confirmation that it was a joke. What happens next is very interesting because I have not seen anyone else use this tactic other than Bobby Lee, and it proves to be effective.
It's for a month.
Did he Uber or did he drive down
I
there?
drove to fucking Long Beach every day.
I'm asking the woman. He drove down there?
He did, and he
what
didn't
would
try
he do
to
when he
mask
came?
his filth either.
Theo realizes that Bobby is not breaking eye contact, and Theo subconsciously closes his open body language to protect himself.
He didn't try to?
No, he didn't try. He didn't clean his car. He had piles of
Theo uses this part of the conversation to look back at Bobby to see if he is still staring at him and assess if he is in any sort of danger.
bottles and just dirty underwear, everything.
Oh, it
he
reminds me of
wasn't
my
trying
dad, bro. It's so gross.
But I was like, okay, well, I respect that. This is his baseline, and he's not trying to front like he's anybody else.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So there was no bait and switch, huh? Did he?
There were a few. But
At this point, Theo realizes that Bobby is not going to stop staring at him until this problem is addressed. Theo is now getting a little bit uncomfortable and is now actively thinking of ways to neutralize the situation. You can tell he is uncomfortable because he keeps adjusting his position, moving his feet, and rubbing his legs. This is a pacifying technique that is used to release some tension that has been building up.
So there was no bait and switch, huh? Did he?
there were a few, but more of a maybe an effort thing, not really a cleanliness thing. From the get-go, I knew he was a pig. Hygiene wise.
He was a hygiene risk, they call it.
Yeah, for sure. Hepatitis risk.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
They lock eyes again, and Theo lets out a slightly overreactive laugh to ease the current situation, but also to release more tension. Theo then decides to confront the situation by insulting him, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, for sure. Hepatitis risk.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Wow. Are you asleep or awake?
I had to get my booster shot.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, yeah. He seemed like that guy who...
Theo now has two options to neutralize the situation. Insult him more to try to get a response, and if that doesn't work, try to make him laugh. Notice again Theo trying to pacify the tension that keeps building by rubbing his leg. Notice how his left leg is now positioned upwards, protecting himself more from Bobby, indicating that he's about to make a move towards Bobby. You can tell that Theo is trying to bait a response out of him because he looks him directly in the eyes when he catapults the next insult.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, he seemed like that guy who's definitely got that fever in him. You know, he's got the potential for fever.
Liver fever.
Oh, if you look, I couldn't even imagine seeing one of his blood cells under a microscope. Who would even know? It's probably just sitting there fucking vaping, you know?
Bobby frowns his eyebrows downward when Theo insults him. This shows that he feels even more disrespected, but he refuses to break eye contact and give up ground.
So you guys, the full 1 month, and you guys got into sex. Now, how did that kind of start? Or where was the first date? I just want to learn about love. It's Valentine's. I want to learn about y'all's love.
Theo begins to go deeper into the uncomfortable question and starts actively rubbing his leg. He is trying to get a rise out of Bobby. He knows that if this doesn't work, he is going to have to take out his heavy artillery, which is comedy. Bobby breaks eye contact for the first time to look past the camera, possibly to acknowledge the audacity of Theo's questions, or possibly because he's beginning to give up his dominance. Theo notices out of his peripherals that Bobby looks away and sees it as a sign of weakness and immediately looks at him to assert himself and acknowledge the fact that he looked away.
Or where was the first date? I just want to learn about love. It's Valentine's. I want to learn about y'all's love.
We can talk about love.
What are you? Dude, I feel like I'm on Yellow Mirror. Have you seen that show?
Theo finally breaks Bobby and makes him laugh. Notice the huge uproar and release of tension from Theo Vons. Theo won a tough, unique battle, and he knows it. Notice how he points at Bobby, almost to say, look, you're the loser and I'm the winner. Notice how Theo mimics himself killing Bobby as if he just won an actual physical battle.
Dude, I feel like I'm on Yellow Mirror. Have you seen that show? Got him!
Bro.
Watch how Bobby acknowledges that he lost the battle, but also notice how he asserts himself and finishes what he started.
Bro, Yellow Mirror was very good.
Thank you.
And I would have given you more of a laugh if I wasn't so enraged right now.
Oh, sorry, man.
Yeah.
But you're
Let me say something right now, dude.
Okay.
That was fucking funny as fuck.
Thank you.
All right, but
Okay.
listen to me, okay?
Yeah, I am.
Don't talk to me that way,
I won't do that.
okay? Because I'm here as well.
Yes.
Fast forward to 4 minutes later, Bobby makes a statement about Theo's clothing, and Theo uses this opportunity to his advantage. Remember the love triangle that we are currently in. Notice how Theo is looking for the tag on his pants by lifting up the entire front of his pants when everybody in the entire world knows that the tags on clothes are on the back.
Because I've been analyzing your clothing for the last year.
Really?
Yeah, and you look like you have some new shit on. Like those pants I've never seen you wear.
Thank
What
you.
are those? Are those sweats?
Yeah, somebody mailed these into us.
And what brand are they? Because I want to get a pair of those.
These
I like
are-
how they thin out in the bottom like that.
Oh,
Are they Nike or what?
No.
Yeah.
Some guy makes these.
Notice Khalyla's eyes when Theo lifts up his shirt. They dart down to his exposed skin. Theo doesn't notice this yet, but he will very soon. Notice how Khalyla is intently watching and looks up occasionally to see if he is noticing her. He begins to realize this and takes advantage of the opportunity he was given to build some sexual tension with her. Bobby begins telling his story about how he met his girlfriend. Notice how Theo uses this to insult Bobby one more time, and also notice how Khalyla laughs, taking Theo's side instead of Bobby's.
To me, and she just locked eyes with me, and she was literally interested in about everything that I was saying.
Oh, that would scare me.
Yeah, and she was hot too, so I was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" You know, I was hard.
Yeah.
Oh my
wow.
god.
Yeah. My dick got hard. It's hard now.
Oh, that's cool.
You can't tell through the jeans.
You can't tell. Yeah, I can imagine telling at all. But I think that's cool.
Theo notices this and begins to feel like he was given a green light. All of this tension between Theo and Khalyla is confirmed once more when Theo says, "I got that sleeping bird look." Notice how he looks at her right when he says it, and notice what happens immediately after.
If I'm hard, I tell people in the room now because I don't want to crime. I'm not doing that.
Right. You'll be able to tell with those pants. You'll be able to tell.
Oh yeah, I'm not.
Your
getting
junk
hard
is
today.
pretty clear too.
I got that fucking sleeping bird look, man. You know.
Yeah.
That's how my
It's
dick
nice.
rolls down.
So when I met her, that's what.
Pay close attention to the eye contact Theo makes with Khalyla. Although it is so small, it is the climax of all this tension that has been building up. When Theo gets a chance to talk about his private member, he looks Khalyla directly in the eyes and uses this as a chance to subliminally make a move on her. He is taking a huge risk and has essentially waited the entire interview to make this move. You can tell that he regretted it instantly because Theo immediately darts his eyes upward and actually gasps for air, and Khalyla immediately turns her head to dismiss what just happened.
Pretty clear too.
I got that fucking sleeping bird look, man. You know?
Yeah.
That's how my dick
nice.
rolls down.
So when I met her, that's what.
Theo Vons effectively maneuvered his way out of Bobby's never-before-seen psychological strategies and got out of an extremely tough situation in a really impressive manner. But in the end, Bobby and mostly his girlfriend effectively dodged all of Theo's several attempts at mating calls. Who do you think is the real winner? Leave it in the comments. If you like this video and want to see more of it, please subscribe and like the video so I know to make more of this content. My name's Glidget Ronan. Thanks for watching.